In the small town of Pine Grove, nestled deep in a forest, a legend persisted for generations. They say that once every decade, on the night of the harvest moon, a phantom emerges from the woods, seeking something lost but never found. Many dismissed it as mere folklore, a ghost story to frighten children. But for those who lived through it, the tale was all too real. Our story begins with Emma, a skeptical teenager who moved to Pine Grove with her family just days before the harvest festival. Emma was headstrong and fearless, always eager to debunk myths and challenge the status quo. Her friends dared her to spend the night in the woods on the night of the harvest moon, and never one to back down from a dare. She accepted. Armed with a flashlight, a sleeping bag, and her phone, Emma ventured into the forest as the sun set and the harvest moon rose. The forest was eerily quiet, save for the occasional rustling of leaves. Hours passed, and fatigue began to set in. Just as she was about to drift off to sleep, a chilling breeze swept through the trees, and the temperature plummeted. Emma, shivering, clutched her sleeping bag tighter. That's when she saw it, a faint, glowing figure in the distance. Her rational mind told her it was just a trick of the light, but curiosity got the better of her. She followed the figure deeper into the woods. The figure seemed to glide effortlessly, always just out of reach. It led her to an old, overgrown cemetery. The cemetery looked like it hadn't been visited in decades. As she stood there, frozen in fear, she noticed a lone tombstone with the name Eliza carved into it. The glowing figure now stood at the foot of the grave. Emma, with her heart pounding, stepped closer. Suddenly, the figure turned to face her. It was a woman, her eyes hollow, and her mouth opened as if in a silent scream. Before Emma could react, a voice echoed in her mind. "Help me find what was lost." Emma tried to run, but her legs felt like lead. She fumbled for her phone, desperately trying to call for help, but there was no signal. The phantom reached out, and as its cold hand touched her, visions flooded Emma's mind. Visions of a life tragically cut short, of love lost and betrayal. And then, just as suddenly, everything went black. Emma woke up at dawn, lying on the soft forest floor. The phantom was gone, and the cemetery looked old and serene, bathed in the soft morning light. Trembling, she made her way back to town. Emma never spoke a word of what she had experienced. From that day on, Emma wasn't so quick to dismiss the old legends of Pine Grove. She became the keeper of the town's secrets, preserving the tales and warning others of the phantom's return. She ensured that the past would never be forgotten and that the town would always remember the price of what was lost but never found.